It is NewstalkZB with Chris, and joining us for the final time for 2020 is Leeann. How are you, Leeann Watson?
I'm great, thank you, Chris.
I nearly forgot your last name, and I stumbled there. How can I do that? And my earphones have gone out. Oh, it's all still terrible. Good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas too.
2020. Can we put it behind us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the general consensus around the town, probably around the world.
But it hasn't been too bad, though, in some quarters. You know, and I don't know if I've said this to you before, but a lot of clients and businesses are doing okay because the borders are closed.
Yeah. Look, I think it is important to reflect on the fact that many businesses and many sectors have actually fared a lot better than what was originally expected. So we should be pretty grateful for that. And, you know, that's for a number of different reasons. I think businesses themselves have been, you know, incredibly resilient, have, you know, really responded well to adversity again in this city. You know, we're seeing good, strong retail figures, way better than what was expected. We're seeing good expansion in manufacturing for Q3 of this year. And, you know, I think we've seen a lot of really good local support, which has certainly helped as well. So,
do you reckon why some businesses have fared better than others is maybe because we tend to look at the worst case scenario to protect ourselves mentally and also financially, and the worst case scenario for some businesses never actually eventuated, did it?
Yeah, look, I think, you know, we've talked about this before. In this city, we've faced a lot of adversity before. So, you know, businesses are reasonably good at actually, you know, preparing for the worst, and I think they've done that in a lot of cases. But I think we've also seen, you know, businesses actually move really quickly and you know, adjust their business operations. You know, move to online models if businesses haven't had an online presence. And we've seen that really good local support as well. So
you're right about the online presence. Some people have realised that they've got to do something else, and that it has been online. And I know a lot of companies have actually doing quite well as a result of this now.
Yeah. And I think that's been really encouraging to see, because, you know, that's been a push for small business for quite some time, that, you know, we need to get our small businesses using more technology, more digital tools. That does increase their profitability, it does increase their chances of success. And so we've seen that being reflected a lot through COVID, and it actually complements their existing business operations. So we've seen that. So hopefully, you know, businesses will take some of these lessons that they've learnt this year and, you know, just not be complacent about continuing to keep one eye on the future, because this is not the last time we will see disruption. You know, let's hope we don't see a global pandemic the size of COVID ever again in our lifetime. But I think we do need to prepare for, you know, we've got climate change, you know, some of the regulations and things that we can expect to see coming out next year. You know, the spotlight is well and truly back on climate change, as it should be. So businesses need to start thinking about what's next and continue to be planning for that disruption.
And the whole she'll be right or the status quo stuff is gone now, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of businesses being able to navigate their way through adversity. And I would like to think that for many businesses that's happened, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think, you know, the importance of making sure those businesses seek support. You know, this is new territory in a lot of cases when we're talking about, you know, things like COVID, but also climate change, you know, the future of work, digital disruption, all of those things. You know, for many businesses, this is very, very new territory. So it's important for them to understand that there is support available out there. You know, they don't have to do it all on their own. You know, use their trusted networks, you know, seek out, get that support. Clearly through the Chamber is a great place to go, because actually there's plenty of support out there. You don't have to do it on your own, and taking the time to actually really think that through. So one eye on the future, one eye on the here and now is really important moving forward.
You do offer incredible advice, and sometimes it's easy to understand advice, you know, that's from the government, and it's a great way to get advice and, you know, truncate some of the information because it can be overwhelming. You accepting new members, by the way, for next year? How does that work?
Absolutely. We always accept new members. Look, I think actually we've got a great campaign on at the moment. In fact, it finishes, I think, on Friday, which is Refer a Friend. So, the Chamber membership is a really simple way of making sure that you do have access to that sort of support, whether it's from an HR perspective, you know, from a health and safety perspective, planning for the future, you know, training. You don't need to be a member. You can actually come in and engage with the Chamber through, you know, paying to come along to our training and our events and those sorts of things. But often what we find is once businesses join, they use it across those multiple different areas. And I think as we start thinking about some of the changes moving forward, even some of the employment relation changes that we're going to see in 2021, the increased sick leave, the increase in minimum wage, fair pay agreements, there's quite a lot of change coming at us in 2021 for businesses. And for small businesses in particular, this is quite mind-boggling. So again, we're an extension of those small businesses. Pick up the phone, talk to our HR experts. They can just help you through that. They can help you navigate some of those changes and do it in a really simple way. So it's important for businesses to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel and they can actually get that support, because it can be pretty overwhelming when that's all coming at them at once.
Leeann, just briefly, next year, I can't wait to draw a line in this year and move on to hopefully a more positive year next year. How do you think things are going to go? I'm confident it'll be better. We've got summer on the way. People can't go overseas at the moment. Thoughts?
Look, yes, I think, you know me, always glass half full, but I do strongly believe that, there's not a single person that I've talked to who has enjoyed much of 2020. But actually, as I said, we've got to look at it positively in terms of some of the lessons we've learned and the current economic recovery that we're seeing across Christchurch and Canterbury. I think we should be really proud of that. I would describe the business community as being cautiously optimistic at the moment. I think, there is a degree of uncertainty. We've still got the borders closed at the moment. Good signal from the government yesterday about the Trans-Tasman bubble and, that staged reopening of the borders, which I think will be, I don't think, it will very much be welcomed, by the tourism sector. I think we've got a bit of work to do around gearing up and repositioning for some of those sectors to make sure that we can, welcome the international tourists with open arms and give them a great experience, because it's been quite some time, since we've had them in the country. So there's some work to do there. But, overall, I think, 2021, I think people are probably thinking about how they can use that as a bit of a reset year. We're not through COVID yet. We need to plan and prepare to have COVID, as part of our society.
Our life, yeah. And as I was saying it's so important to say that, as I was saying to the Prime Minister before, listen to me name dropping, I was just talking to the Prime Minister, COVID-19 is getting worse in many parts of the globe, not better.
That's right.
So we need to be cognizant of the fact that we just need to be grateful. You know?
Yeah, and we can't become complacent about that. We do need to continue to be vigilant and all the messages that the Prime Minister keeps providing. But I think it's a really valid point. And when you see the America's Cup being sort of launched in Auckland today, and we just I think we don't realise how lucky we are that fingers crossed, knock on wood, all those sorts of things, that we are going to be able to go away, have a bit of a break, spend Christmas with families. Hopefully for those that are managing to take some time out of a January, get out, explore the wonderful country that we live in, and do it in a way where we don't have to have all the restrictions that others around the world have.
Nicely said. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for all your efforts coming into the program. It's been a really good segment, very popular segment too, and hopefully we'll see you again next year, all rearing to go for 2021.
Definitely, and thank you to Chris and Nellie. Really appreciate you having me on the show.
It's been fun,
Thanks to your listeners as well, and for their local support, because it's really important that those businesses in our community have been supported by your listeners.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We'll talk soon.
Thanks.
We do have some breaking news coming into the station for you right now. We understand that this is not good news. It's kind of sort of similar to where I live, but Monks Bay, there's a fire that's well underway. If you are near the scene of Monks Bay, possibly in Red Cliffs, and there is a fire in progress there at the moment. It doesn't look all that good. Do give us a call right now if you are near the scene of this Port Hills fire. 0800 80 1080, 0800 80 1080. I'm getting sent some extraordinary footage and photos of this fire. Gee, it is very tinder dry out there. So do give us a call if you're an eyewitness report or you're near the scene of this fire, or you can see it from where you are. 0800 80 1080.